frantic, intense racing in the final laps at Daytona. But it's still Dale Earnhardt Jr. out in front. They've got to take the win away from him.
Behind the 18.
Tony Eury Jr.'s clapping, saying, "Come on, Junior, come on."
2 to go.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to block, trying to keep those cars behind him, desperately trying to keep them behind him. He runs so good through the corner, he lets them get a run on him down the straightaway.
Michael Waltrip dives underneath Bobby Labonte. They bump on the backstretch. Waltrip to second. Elliott Sadler and Rusty Wallace with him.
Coming behind you.
Now 2 team cars race in the 1 and 2 positions.
That's who Dale needs to see in his rearview mirror right now. That's the best thing he can see.
Will Michael Waltrip block for Dale Jr.? Will he try to win the race himself? White flag is out. Final lap at Daytona. 180,000 on their feet, screaming wildly. 2.5 miles to go.
Just exactly the opposite of the Daytona 500. It was 15 and 8. Elliott Sadler is trying to keep Bobby Labonte behind. He can't do it. But he does move down in front of Rusty Wallace on that fast line.
All clear, all clear.
Bobby Labonte looking for some help, trying to get up there. His teammate Tony Stewart has never answered the black flag.
And they're 4 wide back between the Wallace boys.
Here they come, turn 4, final lap of the Pepsi 400. Michael Waltrip in second, but it's going to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. using lessons learned from his father to go from 6th to 1st and score the victory in the Pepsi 400.
That's unbelievable.
Yes!
That band behind you did it for
Yes!
you. You guys celebrate. You love your band. You did it.
That was beautiful. Very, very nice.
Junior, you're happy.
All right.
I mean, look where Michael and Dale Jr. are, and we're coming down here with 5 to go.
And look at this wide behind them, Darrell.
You talk about teammates. You do have Sterling Marlin in the 40 car. You have his teammate back there, Jimmy Spencer, in the 41 car. And Jimmy Spencer, he dodged the big one. He's up there running in 5th right now.
Well, they get sorted out here at the front. I think everything will work out fine. But, boy, Ryan Newman and Rusty were really going at it.
3 wide all the way from 10th place on back.
4 laps to go.
Whoa, Jeff Bodine gets into tie. They saved it.
Holy cow.
That's as close as you can come to wrecking without.
And here goes Junior by Michael.
Now, where's Rusty going to go? Looks like he's going to stay with Michael on the bottom. Sterling Marlin, the 40. He's going to stay with Rusty. They're going to kill Earnhardt in the back.
There's another car about there. Cars are all over the place again.
Ryan Newman in the 12 car. Dave Blaney in the 77 as well.
And they're racing back to the caution.
And this could be the race.
And here comes Sterling making a run.
They'll come to the flag with 3 to go. Michael Waltrip leading them home. Rusty Wallace looking for his first Daytona win. Here they come to the caution flag.
And this could be the race. I don't know there'd be enough time to throw a red flag. As we have 3 laps to go. Caution flies.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes across in 6th outside of Mark Martin.
Misplaced 5 of the last 7 restrictor plate races here.
Here he comes to the flag. Michael Waltrip wins the Pepsi 400.
All right, way to go, buddy.
Ladder the NASCAR way. Started racing at the local NASCAR sanctioned tracks, went to the regional touring series in the Northwest and Southwest, then became the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion after hooking up with Jack Roush. On to the NASCAR Busch Series champion there 1 year ago.
And if the caution flag should come out now, the race is over. They will not red flag this race with less than 5 laps to go.
Matt, what about Biffle?
The guy calling the race from the spotter stand for Greg Biffle is Joel Edmonds, who last night was calling the race for Michael Waltrip. They came home second. He's telling him, keep it on the bottom. The AP will try you high, but just keep it on the bottom. He has no help.
Ward Burton is on pit road out of gas. White flag is in the air. Final lap. Are we seeing a rookie breakthrough at the biggest track of all? Or can Bobby Labonte get a run and Labonte slow down? Is Labonte out of gas?
He's out of fuel.
Bobby Labonte's come up dry.
He's definitely out of fuel.
Now Biffle can try and breathe it and make sure he has enough because it's a long way back to Jeff Burton. 3 seconds. What an upset this is going to be. Final corner for Greg Biffle. There'll be a celebration in the Pacific Northwest tonight. There's his girlfriend, Nicole. For Jack Roush, Greg Biffle is going to score a win at Daytona in just his 23rd NASCAR Winston Cup start. Greg Biffle wins the Pepsi 400.
That's exactly what's happening to his car. His car will not turn off the corner. He said he's still going to try to go to the high side, but he's going to give up third position to Kurt Busch if he's not careful. White flag this time.
The cake's all dough, boys.
Johnson a look to the bottom. He got the least little bit out of line, and Junior's there.
Look what that did. That let Junior get there. I mean,
but he gives up a lot of ground right there, Darrell.
Yeah.
His car will not turn from the center off.
it's just too tight off at 2 over there. That's where you got to squeeze out the throttle ever so slightly. He's going to get a run at him, but it's going to be too little too late.
Busch is coming, and Mark Martin has a run on Tony Stewart.
Here
And the
comes
front
Junior.
four
He's
are
going to go
back
to the
together
high side.
again.
He's going to go to the high side, but it ain't going to do him any good.
This lap, this race 5 times has been won by a last lap pass. Jimmy Johnson locked onto his teammate and mentor Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's DuPont Pepsi Chevy is going to win the Pepsi 400. Free Pepsi X for America.
Jimmy Johnson second.
It's right on the back of the 42 going into 1. But just doesn't have enough help for Rusty.
I looked at the hotel window this morning at 7:30. There were already fans walking around the Daytona International Speedway. The race delayed 2.5 hours. But the fans have stayed here. Now at 1:40 in the morning, white flag for Tony Stewart. Last lap. This would be it no matter what happens.
Just not close enough to get anything done.
No. Jimmy Johnson is trying to get by Dale Jarrett on the outside.
Yeah, that 20 car will get awfully wide from this point on.
Half a lap for Tony Stewart. One on the road course a week ago at Sonoma. Picked up emotion and momentum, pursuing his second Nextel Cup championship. Tony Stewart, a native of Indiana, has always wanted to win in Indianapolis, but tonight he's going to shut out the field, and Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag at Daytona.
Boris puts a block on him. There comes Kyle Busch in the back of the bottom. He's going to push Boris.
2 laps to go.
Now here's where Boris might be a little bit nervous.
Sed and Stewart side by side. Stewart has help.
2 to go.
How would you like to be at least to turn it off into the infield right down there, but you're running 190 mile an hour? You can.
Sed slips to third. The glass slipper almost fit.
Listen, he has got his hands full. There's no question about that. That car, we know, it's all over the place.
But here comes Kyle Busch's brother, Kurt Busch, up there to push his brother, the 5 car, Kyle.
Watch Boris's car. He just wants to whale his walk up the racetrack with him. He's just chasing it. He doesn't need anybody up behind him.
The blood is thicker than water, but most brothers in racing would rather beat their own brother than anybody else. How about the Busch brothers?
Well, we're going to find out here, boys. It's 1 to go, and the Busch boys are in hot pursuit.
And here comes Matt Kenseth in that 17 car on the high side. He's getting help from his teammate McMurray in the 26.
Kenseth has never won here, but he's taking the long way around on the outside.
Now just remember, it gets really tense coming down the back right here. You start blocking.
In turn 3. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Will we go to overtime, or will the checkered flag wave?
That's it. We were in a white flag lap.
We took the white flag. We took the white flag.
The field is frozen at the moment of caution. The yellow flag waves as they come toward the finish line. Tony Stewart and the Home Depot Chevrolet will score the second win of 2006.
But if these guys can, if they stay pitched off and they can keep them run down here on the line like that.
They're getting a run right there. Boy, Carl Edwards in that 99 car had a run on the 5 car.
Less than 2 to go.
Kyle Busch is still hammering that thing right down on the bottom, sideways. That's incredible. He is doing a great job.
See, I think if Carl will get a really good run here, and he could give the 5 a push, it would take the 99 to second.
McMurray in that 26 car led early in the race, was black flagged for passing below the yellow line. Had to do a pass-through penalty, caught a break on a caution, has worked his way to the lead. Side by side with Kyle Busch as they come to the white flag.
Look at that. That 5 car is strong, man.
Not only is he strong, I'm telling you, he is trying to get that thing too. He's going to be in the gas all the way. I don't care how sideways this thing gets.
Last lap.
And he needs your help. And he needs to be, because if they wreck right now, he's got to be the first guy across that loop.
Kyle Busch now has his brother Kurt behind him.
The one thing is Kyle Busch has the inside, and because of where the start-finish line here is, at this place, the inside line is the line if you can maintain it coming out of turn 4.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
Will Edwards help his teammate, or will he make a move for the win?
I don't know if he'll be able to make the move for the win.
Kyle Busch is the guy right here. He's your winner.
He's going to have the momentum, and he's going to get to the line.
Coming to the checkers.
Oh, wow. That was close. I don't know.
Waiting for scoring.
I think the 26 got him.
It says 26 on the monitor.
Wow.
Great. My God.
Green flag's in the air.
Wow, that was a really, really slow start.
That could have been one of those starts that just turned people down.
Oh, Jeff Gordon gets turned.
Right there.
Like that.
Just like that, man. Just exactly like that.
Watching the flag stand, still under green.
No harm, no foul, because he's far enough out of the way. Unless he just sits there. If he sits there...
No, they're not. I don't think they're done yet.
If he sits there, they'll throw the caution because he's in a bad place.
Kyle Busch fighting for the lead with Carl Edwards.
He's going.
Gordon is back underway. A lap and a half to go.
Edwards is just looking for a way to get around. He's got it. Got the spot, and he's got help. Oh, no! Oh, Kenton!
What did Kenseth do?
Couldn't hold it down.
He couldn't get it turned down in time to follow Carl, or to get it to the right to follow Carl.
Kurt Busch in second spot.
Just like last year, but
wow, and they just covered up.
Last lap at Daytona.
Oh, we got it, guys.
That's it.
Oh, man. Oh,
yeah, it's
I can't
not.
believe he did not wreck.
Keep rolling here.
Oh, there it is.
Now
Oh,
they're
my
wrecking.
goodness. That's incredible.
Now the caution flag is out.
I think we got it. That's ours.
There were 5 wrecks before the wreck.
My God, I could not believe those guys waited. I thought they wrecked coming out of 4.
I thought they wrecked on the restart.
It's not out yet. There it is.
All right, the 18's in front.
There's it. There it is. Yeah.
The 18 would be the winner.
The winner of the Coke 0400 is Kyle Busch.
Down to the 11 and the 18 and let those guys race. And I'm telling you what, there's not many people, I'll say that, as good or better than Tony Stewart in the last 5 or 6 laps of a race.
And the thing is, you got to do it now, Kyle, because there may be a wreck.
There may be a
wreck. And it may take you 2 or 3 laps to work on that leader. These guys need to be doing it now.
That wreck was almost Montoya. He was completely sideways coming off the corner. He saved it again. Busy night for Juan Pablo Montoya as he still runs up inside the top 10 after all he's been through tonight in that 42.
I'm
2 to go.
The guys running 6th and 7th have torn up race cars. You know what I mean? I mean, they've been in accidents, but they have driven the wheels off of them, Kurt Busch and Juan Montoya, to keep these cars in contention.
The only ones not with any damage are the ones at the very front of this pack. But we're not done as we're coming around, getting ready for the white flag.
31 at Burt Carl.
Here they come, here they come. To the outside, here comes Kyle Busch. He's got him, and Tony cuts off Hamlin.
Now what's Tony going to do?
You're clear.
And now the question is, Tony's got no help because these guys are running too wide behind him. Right. So now it's man on man right now.
I don't think it's gonna get wider here in a minute, I believe.
Here comes Johnson in behind Stewart. Is it enough? Hamlin's high side up there by himself in the 11. First lap led all night by Kyle Busch, and it's the money lap, and it might be all it takes.
It really
now, what does Johnson do to help Stewart?
Doesn't matter. Kyle Busch is going to hog all the racetrack, or he should. He's mirror driving right now.
Tony Stewart trying to get to the bottom.
He may get turned for mirror driving, but he's going to be mirror driving.
Stewart's trying to squeeze
right there
in there.
Eddie.
See that hand?
coming to the bottom.
He just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. No,
There he
turns
goes.
him.
He turns him.
Bush in the
Oh,
wall.
my
Here
God.
comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard.
Back under green, overtime at Daytona.
Good jump in that outside line right there that time.
Yeah, and I think Jeff Gordon wants to go.
Yeah, Jeff's going with him. I think Jeff's
He
doing
needs to
to
pull
the,
down.
I think Jeff's doing to the 33 what the 29 wanted to 33.
Oh, up on the high side.
Oh, Gordon getting aggressive, going to the outside of Clint Boyer.
He's going to have a good run, too.
That's a big move by Jeff right there.
Wow, he
Great
just drove
start.
right around him. Harvick inherits the lead in that bottom lane, help from Kane.
Oh, wow, he gets popped by Boyer, almost turns Gordon in the wall.
Gordon able to keep it off the wall. And speaking of Burton, look at him on the bottom lane, getting help from Dale Earnhardt Jr.
You got the 24 and the 9 on the outside. You got two guys that's not been there. This is going to be white flag right here.
White flag is out. Kevin Harvick, the race leader.
That 29 car is going to get wide here in a minute. Because he's got to stop this momentum of this 9 car. Look at the 2 car up there on the outside. Coming. Look at Kurt Busch.
He's been involved in the last 3 cautions.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Nice Guy right here.
Driver number 2 will not be denied. There goes Boyer around.
Backing up a little bit. Got spin behind you. Come on. Keep coming.
As of now, we don't have a caution. We'll see if they let him race back to the line, and it appears they will.
And there's no caution because he's so far behind and there's nobody back there. I'm sorry.
Kevin Harvick, the race leader, off of turn number 4. Casey Kane and Jeff Gordon behind him. Will they make a move? They will not. Harvick wins at Daytona.
The 2 car, they got together right here through the trial. These guys did, the 2 and the...
Boy, Harvick got up in front of Menard. About as nice as you can do it right there.
And left Joy all by himself on the inside right there.
Yep. But see how much time they lost by doing, even at that. See what I was talking about? They lost, a couple of seconds there on the front 2 rows. Now they're going to have to get some steam and go.
But there's the 4 car pushing the 20, and the 20 has no partner now, and the 4 car has no partner.
Harvick and Menard lost some ground as well.
Joey Logano to the outside there with the 4 car of Casey Kane.
Larry called it. Logano to the outside and to the lead. Big shove by Casey Kane on the outside.
That was a huge shove. He got just enough off those guys.
They had to lift.
Shuffled out.
He got a little bit out of shape there. Newman had to get out of the gas, and that was it.
Here we come down to the white flag. 1 lap to go for David Reagan.
All clear. 1 factor double wide.
And look who's right behind Kenseth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has joined the party.
Watch Harvick swing high here, though.
Kevin Harvick's been known to break hearts at Daytona. He did it to Mark Martin in 2007 in the Daytona 500. He won this race 1 year ago. David Reagan, a half a lap away from his first victory.
It's now time, isn't it, for the 20?
It's time for the 20 to do something, or...
1 back there for your bike tag.
Reagan behind him.
David Reagan.
Behind the race leader.
David Reagan.
No caution yet. David Reagan coming back to the start-finish line.
They're wrecking again.
Everywhere now.
They're wrecking again.
Reagan with sweet redemption gets the victory at Daytona.
2 separate wrecks on the last lap.
Great job. Thank you a lot, man.
Oh, man, these guys are flying by Newman.
He was sitting. We're going green, and we're going to settle it at the World Center of Racing. Casey Kane giving a nice push to Tony Stewart in that outside lane.
This is Hendrick against Roush right here.
Yes, it is.
Ford and Chevy.
Got the RCR guys behind him. That's Burton and Harvick hooked up right behind the Roush guys on the inside lane.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they drop to the outside and make it 3 wide.
Yeah, and 2 to go. Nobody's looking at a single gauge in these cars.
No.
Man, nice run down the back straightaway on the inside for those Roush guys.
And that yellow helped a lot.
Yes.
With the 3 laps to go to it got the temperatures down.
So here's your tandem racing for everybody at home right now. This is what it was last year.
Coming down through the tri-oval. Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end it, whether it's the caution or the checker. And side by side with a lap to go at Daytona.
And these guys are going to run. They're going to be leaning on each other going down on the backstretch.
Oh my God!
We got somebody sideways. Wow, Burton did an unbelievable job saving that race car.
Amazing save by Jeff Burton.
Now we got the 14 out there all by himself, but he got a big push to get away from those guys.
Tony Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth. And Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be. They're
stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
The final time. Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
We'll take that.
Great finish.
Front 3 rows, you got 3 drivers looking for their first win of the year. McMurray, Boyer, and Kurt Busch.
And there they are, 4 wide behind them. And because you've got to make something happen right here. Wow.
Starting to make it happen there, shuffling down the back straightaway. Jimmy Johnson once again able to gain the top spot.
Strong.
Man, that is strong.
That's a power move by that 48.
And nobody can do anything. You know, it's easy to say, well, you got to do this and jump on the outside of them. You can't get to him.
No, that was a power move. He just powered away from the pack as they come down through there.
You got to get wide. White flag is out. Next flag will decide it.
Wow.
Tony Stewart feeling good, and how about Kurt Busch in that outside lane with help from David Gilmour?
Oh, here we go.
We got trouble.
There we go. That's it.
Like I said, you lead at the white.
That's it.
You're good to go. But they may
No
race to the
caution yet.
finish.
They're going to let them race back here. That happened over in turn 2, so they got plenty of room.
All right, let them race, boys.
Hopefully they're cleared when they get back down there.
Tony Stewart won this race last year. He's won it 4 times.
Shoving the 14. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but
through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off the corner, here comes Jimmy Johnson. He's dominated the race. Now he can see the finish line. That's Busch in the outside lane, not making a move. Trouble behind him. Danica and others. Jimmy Johnson gets the win at Daytona.
Yeah, she got turned right there.
Spot and that Geico Chevy, and Brian Vickers, who got his last win 1 year ago, next weekend at New Hampshire, trying to steal some thunder here today at Daytona. Right now, Joey Logano in the 14th position. You see him in the back portion of this draft, but he's being black flagged. Apparently some debris coming off of his car.
Michael McDowell doing a nice job today.
Slow. Caution for debris or for rain.
You heard it there. Caution, 7th time today. This one for rain. Let's go back and look at, and with that, NASCAR has declared this the 18th race of the year official. Congratulations, Eric Almirola. For the first time in his Sprint Cup career, he is a winner, taking it in the Coke Zero 400 here at Daytona International Speedway.
That's cool.
Junior on the inside. Green, white checker. Green flag back in the air.
No help right here. No help right here. He's on your tight here. You should get pushed by him here. It's about quarter marker 1 and 2, and he's still there.
Kurt Busch in the 41, trying to force his way up the middle, 3 wide. It's go time. Just 2 laps of racing to go at Daytona.
88 got a good start. Now it's all about blocking. He's going to have to block these big runs that are going to come from the 11 and the 48.
The only other car to get by the 88 tonight has been the 48. Now Denny Hamlin running second. Side by side for third. Kevin Harvick in the 4. Jimmy Johnson in the 48. This time by, they'll see the white flag. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to the bottom of the racetrack to block. White flag in the air one more time around Daytona.
11, watch the bottom. Here he comes.
They're side by side for second. 2-car length lead for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they work their way through 1 and 2, and down the backstretch they go. Junior blocking the lower line. Does that give the advantage to the 48? Junior jumps up in front of Jimmy Johnson. To the bottom of the racetrack, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to stay in front of the pack. They work their way through 3 and 4. Into the triumph they come. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Junior will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
2 laps of racing to go.
This is what's going to happen. Joey Degano did a great job of pushing the 2-car. Now, the 41 has to side draft the 22 to stop that momentum. That's the best thing Keselowski can see. Like I said, I don't like those 42 on the bottom.
They're getting
Big
crazy.
move.
We're in overtime, sponsored by Credit One. 3 wide as they come out of turn 2. They've got to get to the overtime line. They will. This will be an official restart. Brad Keselowski out in front. Kurt Busch right in his tire tracks. 3 wide behind them. Coming back to the start-finish line. Looking for the white flag. One more time around. Brad Keselowski out front. Kurt Busch running second. A big run by Kyle Busch on the outside. Here comes Kyle. Kyle in the 18. He has help from Trevor Bayne in the 6 behind him.
18.6 up top, soft behind the 41.
2 by 2 behind Brad Keselowski. The final time down the backstretch. Joey Logano trying to make the inside line work. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn 4. They'll see the finish line. Brad Keselowski out front. Around goes Kurt Busch. Keselowski's going to hang on. Keselowski wins at Daytona.
Thank you guys. Great team effort today. Very proud.
2 laps to go. Reagan on the inside. Dillon on the outside. Green flag back in the air. Again, they could be racing to the overtime line. Side by side as they go through 1 and 2. Once the leader crosses the overtime line, if a caution comes out, the race is official. They're going to get to it. They do. Now the fight back to the finish. They've got a lap and a half to go.
17 hard, here he comes.
Here comes
inside,
the 17. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a power move on the inside. He takes the lead.
David Reagan saw that line coming from the top, thought he needed to block that. Stenhouse had such a run on the bottom, he didn't get the right car blocked.
Stenhouse Jr., white flag in the air. One more time around. Michael McDowell in the 95 running second. A slide by the 24 of Chase Elliott. That's before they get into turn 1. The caution hasn't come out yet. They want him to be able to race back to the checkered flag. Paul Menard now moves up to second. Clint Boyer's in third. Clint Boyer trying to find a line, trying to get some momentum. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. wants to stay right on the double yellow line. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. looking for his second win in the Cup Series. He's going to get it at the biggest stage. Stenhouse Jr. wins at Daytona.
Good job, buddy.
Eric Jones is still tight. He's still there on the quarter panel, but there's a big gap between him and Chris Buescher, and Truex is going to clear into the lead easily.
No help whatsoever for Eric Jones in the back on that restart.
Martin Truex Jr. well out in front now. All he has to do is block. But here comes Casey Kane to the high side. Kane wants to take the lead away as they go down the backstretch.
Great move. Now can he clear him? Truex side drafting, trying to slow him down.
Outside line's coming. Outside line's coming.
Moving to the outside. Eric Jones is going to go by Casey Kane.
3 wide.
Eric Jones, Martin Truex Jr. side by side for the lead.
Outside line looks more organized. Only 2 cars really down on the inside.
Coming back to the white flag. If they get it, the race is official. 2.5 miles to go at Daytona.
With only 2 cars down there, Trick's going to have to side draft so much. He's not going to get a lot of help from Casey Kane.
Look at this outside lane. 47's pushing to 37. That's going to get him to the 20 possibly. Here it comes. Here comes the outside lane to the 20.
Down the backstretch they go. Eric Jones in the 20. He's in front. He got a big push from the 37 of Buescher. Here comes the 78 once again. Jones has never won in the Monster Energy Cup Series.
Easily blocked
the
that.
78 of Mark Truex Jr. has never won on a restrictor plate track. Coming to the tri-oval for the final time, Eric Jones has won at Daytona.
Listen to that emotion.
Only 43 laps to go. The Monster Energy Cup Series Coke Zero Sugar 400. And slow on the track is the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Will he be able to get to the apron? He does. Can he stay out of the line as the racing continues? Austin Dillon up front. They shifted him out.
It's going to be a big one.
And now around goes the 3 in front of the pack. They're all collected. The 11 with damage, the 22 as well.
Big wreck here.
Smoke rolling out of the cars that even cleared this incident. Of the hard rain is coming.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bud.
Go see your family.
You're seeing it live. Hey. There's your winner.
He's being told right now.
Getting ready to go.
Justin Haley has won his first ever Monster Energy Cup Series race.
That was awesome, man.
Thank
you know, I mean,
I didn't do anything.
I know.
I did nothing.
You stayed up front all day.
Yeah.
Got back into the lap and got yourself some spot. That's what you did.
William Byron making up row 1.
Denny Hamlin's best friend right now is Matt DiBenedetto. I think with the position Matt's in, he'd be happy to push that 11 car to the win, but that inside line is organized, and they're going by Denny on the inside. Clint Boyer pushing that 24, Byron to the lead.
Up the racetrack, a block for the 11. Clint Boyer goes up. Here comes Christopher Bell in the 95.
Christopher Bell is racing for a win to try to get into the playoffs.
Christopher Bell, a 25-year-old, going up right now against the 22-year-old and William Byron. Those two leading at Daytona.
And 2 wide behind them. Not a lot of energy that's going to be generated from that. As long as they're 2 wide, now you're starting to see a little bit of a run from that top lane. That's going to move this bottom lane. Truex to the outside of Bell.
What was the number you mentioned earlier, Steve? How many times at super speedway races has Martin Truex Jr. come up a little bit short?
Car in the fence hard.
Oh, hard. Clint Boyer in the 14 slamming into the wall.
Up there, man. Hold your line, hold your line, hold your line.
They've already taken the white flag. The next flag will end the race. Martin Truex Jr. out front. Now William Byron fighting on the inside for the lead and the win. They run behind him again.
Stay with your teammate.
They continue to fight.
You're clear.
Through 3 and 4. William Byron looking for his first ever win in the NASCAR Cup Series. A win, a secured spot in the playoffs. William Byron's going to win.
Oh.